not know what yet means?
Not showing the game. There it goes. I hate when I switch the screens, it takes a second to bring the game up.
You know?
Yeah.
Also, Aspire, it did sound like you said yet, which, by the way, is Russian for now.
Yeah.
True.
It's a mood.
We got HP down to 90 on Jay.
Huh? No. No, you cannot.
You're bloodied. How do you feel?
I taste my own death.
Oh, I will 100% roleplay Zap being low health. Like, he's...
Oh gosh.
I'm taking some inspiration from Caleb.
Excellent.
Oh, you mean being very, very hurt.
Very, very hurt. Possibly passing out if he's ever 1 HP. It's fine.
I am over here. Don't worry.
I feel funny. Very lightheaded. Okay, night.
Anyways, hi everyone, and welcome back to more Echoes of Landar. Last time. No, in all seriousness, last time the party made it into the town, some things were found out in said town, and they're no longer in the town. Some information was dropped on several people. Zaph learned some things. Jy'li learned some very minor things. It's fine.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Jy'li?
All small things.
Might talk to Felice again at some point.
Oh, no.
More
It's
asking
fine.
questions. Why all of a sudden is she like, I don't want this curse to be affecting you guys anymore? When she was the one who put it on us, Grandma.
Yeah, her grandmother did. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Jy'li is just gonna be in this cart holding the cat.
Well, explicitly, she doesn't want it to affect you.
That's why he's questioning it.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Plot point.
It's fine. He's now going to consider her cousin because that's the only thing he can think of. Because technically, it's not wrong. They do technically have the same bloodline. His was just gifted to him versus being born into it.
Yep.
Yeah, you know.
This time, Bone is taking a break from driving the cart. Starts their cart, so he is over here. There you go.
Oh look, I'm bleeding. Anyways.
I'm
Bleeding.
Ma'am!
I'm not even kidding. I actually am. It's fine.
So,
That's not what we meant when we said role-playing him.
Amy. I think that's the truth.
Where's my knife?
No.
I'm kidding.
No.
For all intents and purposes, this is a joke.
Now I heard that.
Huh?
That time I heard it.
That one? Don't worry about it. It's fine. I actually really enjoy this night. Anyways, yeah, you guys are beginning to head towards Magius. Anything that would like to be on the way there? Oop.
And he is just quietly holding the cat.
Ah, I see. Uno segundo. Uno segundo.
Sorry, kiddos
Oh.
were knocked down the fan somehow, and yeah,
Oh no.
and now it's not working. So yay!
Oh, no.
jeez.
Anyways.
But yes, you guys are heading on the path to Magius. Is there anything any of you would like to do on the path? On the way?
You'll probably actually ask that on the way, then cast message to little friend. How old is she anyway? Is she just like really young or is she just small?
Who, Felice?
Yeah.
She just... Huh.
I know her token's like tiny.
Well, that's because she actually is just small in general. She's small in stature.
So she's just small.
Yeah, she's small.
Must protect the small. Right.
It's kind of hard to say because it is one of those things, Fae type creature, hard to tell age.
Right. Good question. Why is she suddenly, wanting to help after all this time? A few generations have gone through.
It was meant to be a gift originally. And you're the only one that's shown promise.
Well, from what I know, I'm not the only one who tried to run away from it.
No, but the others were more easily corrupted with the promise of power or needing to try and get away. They did some less than honorable things.
You really think I can get away from that type of life?
I think so. She seems to think so too.
Hopefully, she's right. Alright, that's all he had.
That's fine.
He was just curious about that. It's one of those issues of it's inevitable unless you can resist it enough.
Yeah.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's the worst that could happen.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. So. What is the rest of people doing? What is Jy'li doing again?
Sitting there holding her cat, just staring downwards, basically at the cat and at the floor, just there.
Ah, yes, yes. Cat is comfort kitty at the moment.
Yeah, it's like nuzzling her neck.
Uh-huh. You guys make your way. And rolling perception checks.
Oh, goody.
My favorite thing to ask you guys to roll.
You mean the thing he's not good at that I probably should have went ahead and took the feat for like a skill proficiency or something?
You know.
But it's kind of funny that he's very like, oh, never mind. Never mind, I lied.
Oh my god.
Oh, jeez.
It's funny that he's very spacey and non-observant. Never mind. He's apparently on alert right now.
Good, because I self-imposed disadvantaged.
That's fair.
That's fair.
I was without advantage because he can't roll any higher. What the fuck? I find these Durkhams to be Huh. How do you even spell it that way?
Yes.
Yes.
One moment. I will have the information for you people here in a moment. Don't worry.
I'm not even gonna put the context. I'm just gonna add that part.
The Brian fun dude. Indeed. I feel that.
Brought this blanket over here for me, and then there's a puppy laying on the very edges of it.
Come on. My mouse wheel doesn't want to scroll very well.
I told you.
Oh, well. She didn't roll very well for hers. It's fine. So, one of you saw it. Miss Natural 20 over here.
What I waste my nat 20 on is the only thing he can't put any other score into.
As you're looking around, you notice behind a gathering of rocks, you notice slight sparking. It's a little ways up, and you can see it arcing over the rock slightly. Like electrical sparking.
Yeah, he'll mention it to Zaphire since he's the one driving. So that where everybody can hear it, but... I assume it's probably just like another traveling group or something, but never hurts to be cautious because
No, fair. Very fair.
it's not like they are prone to get possibly robbed or mugged. There is a lot of them, though.
What's the worst that can happen?
Meira's poking her head out the window to take a take a peek.
Open cart.
Oh, if it's an open cart, then just like leaning a little bit to get a better look.
Yeah. He motions for Meira over there to slow down slightly. And motions in that direction once you point it out to him. And all of you now notice the sparking of electrical energy behind Zerok. Wasn't there a is there a storm genasi that was this way possibly?
You think it's him?
I mean,
If it is, don't say anything, because we don't want to antagonize.
We don't?
No, we're trying to get ahead of him. That's actually a good thing if we pass him.
Okay, but what if we played with him now?
Later. Remember what I said about patience sometimes? Besides,
Boring!
and he'll kind of just motion Jy'li, because I don't think she'd be reacting to Meira saying that well.
She's still head down. She's.
This is just
There's
not
an
a good
internal debate
time.
whether or not she wants to go there first or try to deal with him, but she's not sure she can.
Yeah. Decision's not really ours to make.
Oh.
Just try not to mention and bring any attention to us if it is them.
Fine.
as you guys go ahead, do your precision for Fluffy.
She's pulling the hood more down at this point just to kind of cover herself more, just in case it is.
Fair. I mean, as you guys go to pass it, I'm just gonna collect everyone. I'd say collect everyone
No.
Not allowed.
and move past.
Oh, why did that switch on me? Holy crap.
There we go. As you move past,
There it goes.
don't worry, the token will be shrunk. Give me a second.
I
He's
was,
not a large being.
I was moving on tabletop and it like scrolled through my scenes somehow on OBS at the same time. So I had to fix that real quick. There we go. It was weird.
Right. Don't worry, he's not a large creature. It's fine. Or is he? You guys kind of see him just kind of at an angle around it, just kind of facing his hands, sat on the ground, slightly rocking, with these electrical sparks just shooting off of him 10 feet every so often.
Temptation to go talk to him and find out what he's doing over there is real. Does it seem like it's the same like description? Does he look like it? Can we tell if he's doing like the coin thing or anything like that?
At the moment, he's not because his face is in his hands and rocking back and forth. But you were given the description of grayer, kind of a gray skin. He did have a hood up originally, and it was when the hood was removed. It did say it's like whitish hair. But otherwise, it seems like he'd be the same one.
I think Zaph's just keeping an eye on him at the moment to see if he's reacting to us at all.
At this point, you know what? With your 20, what I give you, he doesn't seem to have even registered anybody else around.
I'm gonna look at the others. Well, how dangerous do you think he is?
Meira just kind of grins.
Oh, I mean, I could attempt to talk to him.
Talk?
Yes, Meira, the thing that normal people do is sit down and have a conversation. They don't always just go straight into playtime. That's how you make the friends that want to do the playtime.
Interest.
Seems upset about something.
Hmm?
It's all Zaphire. He seems upset about something. His like hands were up to his face or something. Yeah.
Meira's just gonna lay her head on, like, Jy'li's shoulder.
He's shaking.
You cold?
Yes.
So you
Meira
want to
can't
just keep
inside that.
So we just want to keep moving then? He's more like asking Jy'li.
I don't know.
I mean, I could try to lead him off the trail a little bit. Maybe find out why he might be looking for her. Although I assume why.
If it's something similar to us, to what happened to me, if he deals with us, if we don't succeed, then no one's gonna help her. Imagine her wound is aching more than it has before. Or is it? Is her wound more painful right now?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Well, it's up to you.
Well, that she wouldn't think that he's the one that did it, at least. Odds or evens?
Evens?
a wound isn't reacting to being this close to him. He might not be the one who did it to me.
Well, maybe there's more than one.
Or there's another reason why he's looking for her.
Maybe it's not for such a bad reason. Trying to be optimistic. You don't know what she can do.
Yeah. Just don't leave the cart. We need to move quickly. We should.
He's in range. I can.
She's gonna put down the portal hole and get in it.
That's a fair response. And if need be, I imagine Spooky's ready to grab it in case he comes over or anything. Alright.
Yeah. There's another thing too. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
See, it's one of those things, like, he could yell at him, but he doesn't necessarily want to draw, like... You know what? He'll do it this way. He'll cast message over there.
Alright.
Are you alright? He's kind of... he's probably making obvious that he's the one casting. He's, like, leaning over the side.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't lift his head. All you hear back is, "Help me."
God damn it. Yep, that sounds about right for my dice.
Good.
Tom went from a nat 20 to a nat 1. He...
Good.
I was gonna have him, like, insight if he rolled high enough. He probably doesn't say anything, he just hops out of the cart and starts heading over there.
Zaph!
I don't even know if we've told them to stop the cart. He probably just hops out.
Zaphire stopped.
Yeah.
She's gonna follow him.
He is kind of like trying to stay far enough back because you said the lightning was sparking nearby.
It's like arcing off of him, like 10 feet off of him.
Oh, so he's gonna stay probably about there.
Yeah, so if you stop there, it's like sparking in this area here. Like just off of him.
I love how Jy'li told him not to leave, and then as she's sitting in the hole, she's just hop out, like...
Just like... Will.
He's switching vision to the cat and is watching us.
That's fair.
Mira's pointing at the sparks going, ouchies, don't touch.
Actually, the cat's gonna be right here.
Can I tell what's going on, or... Does it not seem...
Every time the light... You know, it rolled me... Roll my investigation to kind of look closer now that you've gotten closer.
Investigation.
Gonna join that.
It's fair.
Ooh.
One of the few things... Oh, I don't necessarily... Well, I don't need the advantage because friendo, but I rolled a 19, so 21.
Hey!
I got the third thing.
1 second.
How much?
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Duty 20.
I said 31 for a second. I was like,
No.
dear lord!
No. She's not that smart.
Jesus fuck. Okay.
And also, I'll say I did the medicine through spooky, and I rolled a 27.
Jesus. Okay. Well, let's start with the lower ones. The 21 and the 20 both see this. Whenever the lightning flashes off of him, you notice his muscles like tense, like very much, like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And you can assume that's probably causing a little bit of pain.
Mm-hmm. Just can't tell what's causing it.
And his body like shakes whenever it happens too. What extra would you have seen through Spooky with that 27? Fucking medicine check at 27. God damn it.
Trying to see if we can figure out why he's sparking so aggressively. I mean, Spooky will probably move like this way, but it's staying out of the 10-foot immediate cat fry zone. It's got 2 HP. It ain't surviving one of those.
No, it's not. It really isn't. Whenever his muscles tense up, Spooky would notice a sharp blue, like not sharp, but like a dull bluish color kind of arc through some of like the veins and stuff in his arm. And it's at that point is when his body kind of tenses and shakes.
He's not sure if he can respond voice-wise based on what he's seeing, so he'll just keep using message to talk to him at the moment.
Real quick, also on the rock, like behind him, you see black as far as like burn marks.
Mm-hmm. How can we help?
I don't know. Trying to find enchanter for item to subdue.
He's going to, because he probably spots the cat. He's gonna repeat what he heard to Jy'li, the message. Any ideas on how we can calm the magic down?
Can she think of anything in her medical background? Anything with training that what little training she got from watching Faemoira? Anything that might be able to at least alleviate it temporarily? Maybe something to ground him? Is it possible that would work? She's trying to think. Like, she's thinking of like all the things that could possibly relieve the symptom.
Fuck.
Humanoid body is one thing she knows a lot about.
Yeah.
Animal body is not so much.
Unfortunately, I don't have access to like anti-magic or anything right now.
I'm trying to think. Fine.
That's how like knocking this person out to hopefully maybe subdue it. He's not really sure.
Oh.
Inventory.
Fuck, I'm trying to think. It's
I have an idea. I don't know if this will work because I don't know the science behind electricity, but I'm gonna message you.
oh no, I'm scared.
Do we have anything that could absorb the energy, maybe? Temporarily?
See.
Yeah, she's concerningly, she's gonna get out of the cart and run this way. And she's gonna. You'll see her holding one of her daggers with the copper coil wrapped around the hilt and so in the blade, and she's gonna toss it to him. Try holding that and jabbing it into the ground. It might help. I don't know. Might ground it.
You make a roll for him real quick. Alright, boys, he just kind of scampers forward to grab the hilt of it and just immediately sticks it into the ground. And as he does, you see all the electricity from him kind of start filtering down to the dagger. And you begin to see him start smoking a bit. And then he just kind of lurches forward. Electricity stops. And he just kind of collapses to the side of the dagger.
Yeah.
Is he still breathing?
Yeah, he's still breathing. He's just out. And you do see, like, the cloak he would have been wearing off to the side. It has a few scorch marks on it. And height-wise, Zaph, this looks to probably be the figure that you saw briefly in that cell as well.
He is not going to mention that. He's going to keep that to himself for now.
Yeah, it's fine.
He'll just make a mental note of it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a good thing if that's why he was looking for her, right?
She doesn't make a lot of enchantment spells. Enchantments and items are one of her things that she does. She actually made the portable hole that I use.
Yes, Zaphire, that is what you heard. This is who Zaph saw further down the way, yeah. Well, we could bring him with us and not necessarily bring him to her until we talk to her. Just in case.
She'll nod.
You might be able to provide something without having to meet him directly.
Knowing what the issue is, she can probably create something.
Alright. Meira, you wanna bring our friend back to the cart? I promise he won't electrocute you. And he's gonna, like, reach down and touch him just to make sure.
He does not. He has some very light smoke coming off of him. But he is breathing, but he is still out.
We'll start.
She's giving the dagger a bit of time while we're talking to kind of disperse whatever remaining energies in it before she uses her gloved hand to grab it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, he's gonna leave that up to Jy'li's comfort level if she wants to, like, tie him up or anything.
I'll go ahead and take him over to the cart because Meira is going to.
Yeah, he's going to basically just grab whatever stuff was there, belonged to the guy, and bring it over to.
Yeah, you see a bag that the cloak is tossed over. You can assume he tossed the cloak over it so it wouldn't get messed up.
I'll say she is going to, just in case he starts going lightning, she's going to dismiss Spooky.
That's fair. He's making Rose hide, like, in his cloak and stuff.
He's kind of just laid out on the floor of the cart. I would say you were told he kind of left out on a horse. Zaph, you saw something else on the other side of the rock. That horse dead.
Oh, of course.
That horse, it fried.
Well, what we can do is we can take him to maybe, like, a cleric there, and then while we're talking to her, this will know where he's at. Someone stay with him, maybe?
She'll nod. We should probably hurry. I don't know. It's clear that he doesn't always just burst into electricity.
I think that would have been more noticed in town.
time, so we might want to hurry. Just a little bit.
All right, hurry we shall. He kind of flicks the reins, and the horse takes off.
Yeah, she's keeping a passive on the pain in her wound. Like, because it's not definitely, it didn't increase when she got near him.
No.
But I'm assuming it's getting worse the more north they're going. Slightly, like gradual.
Yeah.
So that's giving her the idea that whoever did this to her is still there, or at least in that general direction.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh.
She went from maybe having an idea to not having an idea again, and now she's just comfortable with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's gonna uncoil the copper so that she can use it for a spell again.
Fair. After how long did I say it was as far as to Magius from there? Does anybody remember?
I think you said it was a 2-day travel.
Okay, cool.
We're still on
Yeah,
the first day because we just left that morning.
Yeah.
we were gonna take like the drivers were gonna take shifts to kind of
to keep going.
That's right, so it hasn't even been like, we haven't even had a nightfall yet. We left like evening, afternoon.
It's been a few hours at most. At this point, the sun is beginning to fall, and now that it's been a couple hours and you have traveled a good distance, that big floating island above the city is coming into slightly clearer view, but not much clearer because it's still a distance away. It gives off a decent bit of light. It's almost like a bright moon itself, the amount of light it gives off. So even as night falls, it's a dim light all across the landscape. Both carts pull off to the side. And swap drivers. Who's swapping for you guys?
He wanted to learn how to drive, so he was going to see it with somebody, I believe. Like I said, he's ridden horses. He's never driven like a cart, though.
You know what?
Bit of a difference.
Screw it. She'll come help you out.
Sweet.
He'll sit in this cart to keep an eye on new friend.
Fair.
She's gonna hand you the reins.
Sweet.
I need animal handling check.
Fuck.
Good luck.
Like,
with advantage because she is helping.
Good.
tap Zaph on the shoulder. Just be careful with it. I'm gonna cast guidance.
Fair. What do I roll for that?
Add a D4.
Good. Good. Where's my D4s? There's a D4.
Over there.
I took guidance
15?
because I wanted it.
15? You know what? I want to give it to you for that because that is actually a decent roll.
It's a wisdom roll, man. That's good for him.
It is. And that's what I said. I'm going to give it to him because that's a decent roll. a 15's decent. And at first they don't move. The horse doesn't move, and it kind of shakes its head and kind of strains against the rein slightly. But then it kind of eases up and starts moving forward.
Yeah, this is pretty easy.
And B? Just don't let them hear you say that.
Right, so... What do I do if, like, something spooks the horse or anything like that?
Hopefully that's a lesson I don't have to give you yet.
I'll hand you the reins if something like that happens. How about that?
That is fine.
Alright.
It's fine.
It's a valid question!
It's a very valid question.
Oh yeah, but probably just idle chit-chatting with her.
Mm-hmm.
Sneak. He didn't have that problem in his little stable area. There was nothing really to spook the horses.
Fair. Thankfully it wasn't elephants, because there was definitely a mouse or two.
I still don't understand that logic, in all honesty, but you know.
I don't understand it either, because let's be real, squish the mouse easily. Why does a mouse scare an elephant?
You know.
Yeah, you continue to move forward.
Theories about the elephants are afraid of mice because the tiny creatures nibble on their feet or can climb up into their trunks. However, there's no evidence to back up these claims.
Oh god, climbing into the trunk. How's that trunk?
Anyway, sorry, I had to Google it. Random fact of the day for the stream.
Not the trunk. No. Yeah. You guys continue to move forward, and another several hours later, well, no, not several. A few hours later, we'll make perception checks again.
I'm gonna be paying attention this time.
Gosh.
I would say he has help, but Rose is probably asleep by this point.
Fair.
Because she does still need to sleep.
Uh-huh.
So that's probably, nope, I know. No.
I know.
He's focusing on the driving.
Essentially, that is fair. Move that here, click that button there. Yeah. Where is this sheet at? There it is.
Probably also getting tired at this point.
Very well. Yeah, everybody else in the Felice and Zaphire are both out. They're asleep. Meira? No. Mira's probably getting tired slightly. And
also watching Sparky Man on the floor.
That's also fair. Jy'li, you and Rosalind notice a couple figures to the far right, like cresting over a hill. Some shapes of some creatures kind of just crossing over it. You can't make out what the actual creature is from this distance, but you just see the shape of a creature, just of few creatures coming crest over the hill and down the other side of it. I just want to say how lucky you guys were for that roll I made.
Hmm?
There could have been creatures going your direction, but no. I rolled that there were creatures. Yes. They were going away. Yeah, that's it. You guys keep going.
Okay. We survive.
This time. Just wait until the monkeys find grenades. You keep moving. And now it's at the several hours later mark. It's a much bigger shape, and you can now, in the distance, make out some large walls circling the ground below this floating island. And these walls stretch a great distance. And the only reason you can see them, A, how long the wall is, and B, how tall you can assume it is from this distance.
I feel like Zaphire just talking about anything to keep himself awake at this point.
That is fair.
Do we have to roll con saves at all? Because he never went to sleep.
I was about to say, as far as make me a con save, those who are trying to stay awake. Minus Jy'li, who doesn't need to sleep.
You know.
Sleeps for the week.
Well, I'm going to go with Meira. Passes out depending on things.
Ooh. Ooh.
Could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
Could have been. You guys aren't falling asleep yet. You're starting to get that. Every so often, your eyelids get heavy and your head starts to droop. And then you're back awake.
It's like a bump. Oh, wake. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm driving.
Oh, shit.
Meira's getting to that cranky kid point where she's just squirmy, but also trying to, like, pay attention to the guy on the ground.
Rosalind pulls out something and begins to play a pan flute. Go ahead and make con saves again, this time with disadvantage.
Disadvantage? Why? She tried to put us to sleep?
Seems so.
How did I roll better?
That's what I'm about to say!
It was with disadvantage.
That was also with disadvantage.
I rolled a 17 and a 16.
12 and 16.
There was an attempt made. It didn't work.
No, it didn't.
Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. My math is wrong. Hold up. That's 19, not dirty 20, because I did not fix them.
Meira passes up.
Yeah.
The 20 saved, the 19 didn't. Neither did that. Just kidding.
I feel like it just relaxes him, but he's still awake.
So Rosalind reaches her hand out in your direction. Hand me the reins.
I'm good.
There for a little bit, I watched your head droop about 10 times.
You saw nothing.
Uh-huh.
I'm just bored.
I mean, I could make it more interesting for you.
Oh.
I could, and she pulls out this whistle that looks to be made of bone. I could blow this, and summon whatever hostile creature that could be around, and
why would
you get to operate the cart during a chase.
Why do you own something like that? Hold on, I have questions.
You blow this on the outskirts of a town. Hostile creature distracts the guard.
Touché.
And sometimes there ends up being less guard for us to deal with later.
Fair response.
Like, she will be straight up honest.
Okay, I'm not that bored. I'm not that bored. Fine. Tap of the reins.
So we'll hold back. We'll be in there at some point. Possibly by the time you wake, we'll be getting close enough for you to see the city.
Fair enough. Kind of crawl back there. Step over, friend. You go to sleep too.
Nah, I'm not tired.
Mm-hmm. Sleep. He's fine. There's people watching him.
Apparently, he's not taking his eyes off of him for much. Other than when she
Fair.
noticed something else.
It's fine. That may be why she said she threatened the whistle, because those might have been hostile creatures. It's fine.
Nothing's hostile until it attacks you.
Then it's just a friend.
For crying out loud, a deer can be a hostile creature. But yeah, you guys continue. Well,
Meira's a
you
hostile
pass out,
creature.
minus the one person.
Yes.
Go ahead and mark a long rest.
Ooh.
You guys get slept. You have obtained slept.
Slap.
Slept.
Slurp.
Yes, slurp.
The slurp has been achieved.
Yeah, slurp. Several hours later, after having handed off the reins, and you awaken to the sun being out, and it's almost midway into the sky.
Pulls hood down over eyes. Bright light.
But it's not the
Bright
light of
light,
the
bright light.
sun that's blinding. Oh, kind of. It's the light of the sun reflecting off massive, 50-foot tall bronze walls.
I don't think he's actually paid attention enough. I think he just saw bright light and covered his eyes.
Oh, yeah. And like I said, it's reflecting off this shiny metal, just... So...
Gonna scramble over so she can just kind of lean at the front of the cart, like looking out at everything.
You're on top of Felice.
Whoops!
Yeah, Felice kind of, as you scramble over, just... Oh, get...
Sorry.
I'm smaller than you. A lot
Sorry.
smaller.
I'm sorry.
Meira, as you scramble up and look, 50-foot tall walls of bronze. They stretch out for... You don't see the end of them. As they begin to wrap around at the farthest distance, they begin to start wrapping in a circle around the edges. And above, you see a massive floating island of rock with more towers and spires that you see poking over these walls. You see more of them above on this floating rock.
That's so cool!
Too early for excitement. Yeah.
Right, well, we've made it to Magius. Well, in about another hour, we'll get there.
He's gonna look down at Friend.
At some point, he must have woken up, because now his cloak is thrown over himself.
Hmm.
And you hear a slight snoring.
He didn't immediately want to attack us, so that's good.
That's fine.
I mean, if it is the same guy from the cell, he did see Zaph pretty clearly, so he would at least recognize him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how clearly he saw Meira, but...
Oh, he saw Meira clear enough.
Concerning.
There's a reason. You'll see, don't worry.
Oh gods.
Meira, you can't miss Meira.
That's, you know...
That's not wrong.
You don't have to see her, you just have to hear her to know.
It's true.
Oh, look, there's a person. I recognize that voice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's that person. Yep, okay. So... About 30 minutes later, he begins to stir. The rest of everybody in the cart is now stirring and is awake. You know, definitely, Felice already was after being partially sad one.
It was an accident!
Look, I know it was accidental token placement, but I'm going with it.
That's fine.
Because in the excitement, Meira probably would just kind of have slightly leaned over on her.
Just kind of scramble over everybody.
Yeah.
There's your wake up call.
Guess the guy wakes up, he'll probably pull some of his food out and set it down next to him. Way too many rations. I don't know why he got so many. Why does this kid give you so many rations?
The Explorer's Kit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he had more just from like general travel too.
Probably.
Typically people do keep track of that, but like we don't really, so
Yeah, that's fine.
a lot.
It's just the assumption that you guys are eating something.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you guys are just
I think
cutting grass and eating the...
I think of it like it's jerky, crackers, things like that.
Yeah. Fruits, nuts, berries.
Maybe elven bread.
Yeah.
Elven bread.
Bread.
Just don't let the creepy guy looking for the ring eat it all.
Mhm.
He likes fish.
And don't worry about it. Anyways. He'll sit up, kind of pull his hood lower over his face, and grab what you had set down, and begins gnawing on it. Thank you.
You're welcome. So you're looking for someone to help with your problem?
Yes. Unfortunately. It's become too much to bear over the last couple of years.
Any idea what causes it?
Unfortunately, no. It's not a recent development. You see him kind of glance up in Meira's direction. I would locate the one who did it to me, but I can't seem to find him.
No.
He seems to have disappeared.
Well, why don't we, we're thinking we'd drop you off at a cleric and maybe look around to see if we can find somebody who can help you.
Hoping to find the Master Enchantress there. Surely she'd have something.
Perhaps we can look into that for you.
He'll glance at you, Jy'li,
Mm-hmm.
and lower his head again. Understood. Didn't leave that town in the best of... Didn't leave there in the best of instances for a bad impression not to be given.
Be honest, I don't know you very well. Or remember much other than what little I remember.
Not many remember me at all. Easy for that to happen when you're stolen away
Mm-hmm.
and experimented on. And you notice when he says that, he glances up at Meira again.
I'd love to point out she's not paying attention to this conversation at all.
No, she's not.
I'm gonna cast message. How do you keep looking at her?
She's the daughter of the man that did this.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, as if I didn't want to say hello to her father anymore. After some of the stories he's been told, he kind of already wants to greet the dad with a punch in the face, so, you know.
Papa's great, though!
No, he's already pointed out why Papa is not great to her and made her cry.
Fine. He's fine. He sounds like a good individual. Stand up.
Oh,
man.
yeah, he's fantastic!
Don't mention that to her. She seems to have a completely different perspective of her father.
I'm surprised. I remember quite a few things. That excited voice clued me in when I overheard you both in that cell.
Ah, so you are the one that escaped from there.
Yes. I really don't.
He is, you know what, he is gonna, relay some of this conversation to Jy'li as well. As he's like talking, he'll kind of like recast messages and let Jy'li know this is what we're talking about and this is what he's saying.
Fair.
And he'll probably say he'll explain a little more later about the whole like don't mention it to Meira.
Yeah. He'll kind of look up, and this time you do how his eyes are here as far as just the white. When he's actually sitting up and looking at you, you see like almost a sky blue tint every so often just kind of pass over the eye. How they didn't do a great job of checking the bars for shards of metal missing.
What?
Kitty.
She's sitting on Aiden's bed, but she's like peeking around the corner of the wall there, and it's really creepy and meowing at me.
Like, come to bed.
Silly Moxie.
Or she needs water or something. Oh no, she's just hyper. She's doing that like eyes wide thing, looking around.
You know?
I think Jy'li also might message him. Just letting him know, basically. She doesn't remember. Jack didn't like fuck all except for like very few things, so it's not that. But she also let him know that she intends to help.
He'll nod. I was a scribe there for a bit. And he nods as far as to the city ahead. You have notes on meetings or other events? Until I had the bright idea to go on a research expedition. I don't remember much after the third day. In which I woke up strapped to something. I couldn't tell if it was a chair, metal slab, something. Of the essence of a storm giant being flushed into me.
I'm so sorry.
Is okay?
No, I don't know what's wrong with her. She like... Okay, so this is why I was giggling. I'm sorry, I'm gonna interrupt everything. She walked past the fan, because I have it on low, and there's a piece of plastic on the floor, and she like stepped next to the plastic, and because it was moving, she kept jumping, and like staying there staring at it. And she came around, went past cords, like crawled over cords under my desk to come to me.
Get her up in your lap.
Come here. Come. No, come. Oh. Okay. I have Kitty.
Hey, she just wanted attention.
Yes, I don't know. She's being jumpy. I wonder if something startled her, like the dogs barked at her or something earlier.
Oh, poor baby.
God, you're shedding everywhere. Oh my god. Just hair.
It's bath time, Moxie.
She will hurt me.
I know.
Actually, she's one of those cats. If you hold her by the scruff, she will just stay she will stay still.
Huh.
But she will whine the whole time.
You know, it's fair. But yeah. Oh.
This part's to Jy'li, I imagine. He's just responding to her message at the moment.
Partially. The scribe part. Well, he. No, he would have answered it out loud, but would have been addressing Jy'li directly.
Mm.
But not loud enough for.
I don't think
Meira
Meira's paying
hear.
attention to me.
She's not, but he's still being careful of.
Yeah, he will have a conversation with Jy'li later to explain things a little bit. Or you can technically have it on the way there, because they can just keep passing messages to each other.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, if you would like to, Meira's kind of distracted at the moment, so it's not like she's gonna.
I'm trying to think of
interrupt it.
Essentially, he will go into a bit of detail what happened in the jail, of her explaining how her father locked her in like rooms, in a room and things like that. Essentially kind of trying to explain why she is the way she is. He does not. She seems to think very highly of him, while he kind of views it. It sounds more like the dad was training her to be a weapon. No, like, emotion. Not necessarily that. No, she wasn't allowed to, like, have fun. Her version of fun is obviously the fighting. And there was an issue with her sister. You did learn that in there. And then she was just abandoned in the forest because she wasn't perfect, is how he would explain it.
That is indeed how she put it.
That is exactly how she put it, and that's why he's like, he will file and state to Jy'li, I don't like her dad.
Fair. And it's very fair. The feeling is mutual.
Yeah.
But she will say to our currently unnamed friend, I can explain what your scenario is. I'm sure she can fix it, or at least give you something to subdue the symptoms.
He'll nod.
It might take her a bit, but once she puts her mind to something, she usually won't stop. I feel like
It's probably a bit of a relief that he was not, like, after her.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh, yeah.
It was very sketch.
Yeah.
Which is him why he said, he understands it was not a good look.
He was in a hurry.
Yeah. It's almost as if he could possibly sense when things are going wrong.
It was more of a desperate way he was doing things.
Yeah.
hey, I need to find her to, like, murder her.
Yeah.
It makes you think how, because of how burnt that rock was, how long that had been going on.
Mm-hmm.
How long he had been just cradled there with electricity flowing off of him.
We almost left him there.
Yeah.
There was a Ozzy roll.
What's worse? It could have ended poorly if you had. Not for you guys. For him.
Yeah. Yeah. As we're approaching, I feel like not that Jy'li would may necessarily consciously remember the path, but I feel like she might subconsciously remember the path home, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Like things start to seem slightly familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because this is where she spent the majority of her life.
Mm-hmm.
A good 100 years or so.
You know?
Fucking elves.
Yeah.
Are we at the town yet?
You were getting towards the walls at this point. As you approach, two figures begin stepping forward, one on either side of the path, as far as either side of the door that would open up to let you in. Both holding staffs with gems floating at the top. They come stepping forward. All right, halt. What is your business in Magius?
Running home.
One of the individuals is an elven individual, and when you say that, he looks you over slightly, his eyes go wide, and immediately steps back and motions for the other one to step aside.
Just kind of give him a respectful nod.
They both go back to their position, in which they move the gem. Both of them move their gems to a space on the wall that then begins to glow. As it does, the doors begin to just open inward. No metal creaking, no sound, just soundlessly these big metal doors just begin folding inward.
Oh, that's cool.
Mind you, the walls are about 50 feet tall. These doors themselves stand about 30.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, they motion for you to continue. The carts move on into the city, and this is where a description should have been typed up, but I completely forgot to. But it's fine, because I got this.
Got this.
As you guys enter, the towers and buildings around you, they're made of stone and metal. You see bits and pieces of wood here and there, but it's mostly stone and metal sprawled throughout this open expanse. Towers of brass, bronze, steel just spout out the ground and go about 70 feet in the air. Windows every so often spread throughout the tower. You see normal shops and stuff, as far as, bakeries or a smith or anything of that nature. And you notice steam coming out of a little stack as you notice you hear a grinding sound as a bridge begins to get lowered down angle to meet the road so that the cart can go up. These gears turning, lowering it. Carts go up onto it, and you hear the grinding sound again as this bridge pathway is lifted. And you're now on even ground with all the shops. You all continue until you get to a building that, imagine an amusement park entrance as far as the gates, where you have to go through one at a time. But it's more, it branches it off. There's one for traders, there's one for travelers, and there's one for residents, essentially. Rosalind will look back at you, Jy'li. So, Miss Resident, would you like to make sure we get through?
Yes, of course.
Rosalind will motion for the other cart to flow in behind as they make for that entrance. You guys get to there. Person steps out of a doorway. All right. You're oh, it's been a while since I've seen you here. Oh, that's perfectly fine. All right, go on ahead. Both carts?
Yes.
Right. Open the gate.
I'm concerned that it doesn't seem like anybody knows that she was, like, dead.
No.
Yeah, she's registering that. It's like...
It seems like that they just thought she was just gone for a while.
Yeah.
Unless nobody knew what happened to her. That's a concerning thought.
Like she just went missing.
Mm-hmm.
I will let you guys discover that later on. You guys, the carts continue moving through, and then are waved to the side by a couple armored individuals. Alright, we ask you park your carts here. And continue on foot.
You will step out of the cart.
Yeah. She'll step out and Spooky will just kind of crawl out of the hood.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are we going ahead and just bringing him? Do we seem like we trust him enough to, based on what he needs?
Based on what he said and what he needs, I think
we'll just keep an eye on him.
As long as we're all there, I think she feels more comfortable. Or, at the very least, she feels comfortable enough that between us and Faemoira, it should be fine.
Fair. Yeah.
As you guys,
I'm gonna be constantly watching him as we walk.
Yeah.
Meira's actually gonna go up to him, hands behind her back, and smile and go, "What's your name?"
Vivian.
spell that, please.
Type it out for you.
Put it on this token.
I will, but I'm also going to type it there.
B.
Yeah, gonna message him. She's pretty harmless. Just don't accept playtime.
You hear back. I'm aware on both counts.
Fair enough.
You can almost, from what he mentioned earlier, you can almost assume he recognized her voice from the cell because he heard her voice before.
That's fair.
And from that response, it could be when playtime was mentioned somewhere else.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You still ouchie?
A little, but that's mostly muscle damage from the electricity that happened. That was going on for a few days until you showed up.
Oh, that's really ouchie.
Very much so. As you guys are talking, Rosalind kind of, all right, we're going to take Jerem to see if we can find somebody who can do something with him.
Fair. There should be somebody in this town.
And you notice Zachariah's already just wandered off.
Oh, Jesus.
He didn't tell you guys he was leaving. No, but didn't mention anything. He's just kind of gone.
Did you ever find out if she was able to send that letter in the other town, or is she going to send it here?
She had mentioned that she was going to, but the two individuals that were at the depot there for the Magius people did not seem very reliable.
That's a fair response.
She will use message to Rosalind.
Mm-hmm.
To let her know that if it'll help, she'll give her Rosalind the last name.
Mm-hmm.
So that way maybe they won't be as questioning of her.
She'll tell you, I've been here a couple times. I'm known to a few people. First time I've brought Warforged in to be repaired, but I'm sure they'll understand finding him and wanting to make sure he's fully functional.
Yeah. It just might help a little bit. Some people might be
Sure.
more willing.
She'll nod. All right. Onward, everyone.
She's gonna
Side.
more just start walking, and you know that kind of walk where you're just kind of autopilot?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what she's doing.
Fair.
Nervous?
Like, she seems like she may not realize where she's going, but she's going there.
You guys begin to move, following Jy'li, and you... A few people, more of the elven descent ones, kind of nod in your direction, Jy'li, recognizing you. Some of the shopkeepers as well, as far as the ones that are, finishing setting up as far as for the day. Or replacing items, and notice you and wave.
She's keeping an eye on that paint, so if it gets real bad, she's going to put her hood up.
It actually seems very light. It's not...
So they might be more not in this town.
Yeah.
Or at least not on this side of town.
Not on this side of town, and not down here.
Okay, that puts her a little bit more at ease.
You're make your way closer to the center of town, which, as you do, you notice you're getting closer and closer to underneath that massive floating island. And as you do, you eventually do come to the center of town, and it's another bronze structure, except these walls stand maybe 15 feet high. You have little spokes coming off around the edges, and there's energy coming off of them. And the energy is going straight up to the bottom of the island. You can assume this is how that is floating.
Floaty beam.
Yeah, in the circle itself, because it's a massive circle. And you can guess from the size of it, if you were to look over the edge of the wall, you would see a massive crevice.
Yeah.
Where this section of it was just lifted.
Pop. Like a cork.
Yep. Yes.
I had to break the silence.
Yes, the cat of my people. The caffeine dependent.
You know, it's the only one that I actually have enjoyed the pineapple flavor.
Hey.
The gold ones.
They're a little iffy for me.
They were for me too. Same with the rose, but I've gotten used to them. They're actually not too bad once you drink a few of them.
I'll have to try one of the roses. I don't think we don't have the pineapple ones anymore. That just makes me sad. Anyway, you continue making your way, and things are getting more and more familiar because it's now getting to the neighborhood you lived in. And eventually, you stand at the foot of a tower.
This the place?
This is what she recognized. This place. Actually,
in front of you stands a darkened steel encased. It's not the whole tower itself. It's not made of steel, but it is instead wrapped with steel plates that are lead lined on the interior. And Jy'li, you know that the actual tower itself is like a white stone. But it's encased in this, that way studies inside can be kept private and no one can look into the tower. Also notice there is no door.
So how the hell do we get in? We yell.
just gonna approach, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of place the hand of the ring against the wall to see if anything, like, she remembers locations and she's like kind of working on assumptions at this point from what little fragments she has.
And it's funny you do that. You place your hand, the hand with the ring on it, and you notice a glowing circle appears around where the ring is centered. and it begins to pulse a glow. And a illusion hidden door appears.
Special access.
Seems so. Didn't know that was gonna work.
It just means
Fun
that you
tricks.
subconsciously remember things. Which is a good thing.
All I could remember consciously was always just the way the buildings looked and the way everything, but like fragments. I couldn't. Nothing was connected. Just walk toward the door.
Same.
Mind me, one moment.
Oh dear.
Where is there? There's that. There's that. There's that. Upload. Import. Scale. Let's lower the scale. If it's too big, I will shrink more. If it's too small, I will increase.
What do we see when we go inside?
We open the door.
Mm-hmm.
In the interior, you expect, as it is a tower on the outside, you expect to see like a spiral staircase going up the edges or, something going up. Instead, as soon as you enter, it doesn't look like you're in a tower at all. You enter, and it appears to be a possibly two-story, you don't know for sure, two-story, almost farm-style home. It's very cozy. It's very, actually, homely.
Mage towers are always so interesting.
Oh.
She's looking around.
There's a fire crackling as far as in the fireplace, but you don't see anybody yet. You don't hear anything yet.
Yeah, I should just call out. Hello?
You don't hear anything for a moment.
Got her hood back now. Now she's inside.
Mm-hmm. A few moments pass. One moment. A familiar voice to you, Jy'li.
Kind of stands in place when she hears it.
There. A few moments pass and you hear footsteps coming down a set of stairs that you actually don't see. And from an illusory wall, steps.
Oh Jesus. She's large lady.
I have to, like I said, I have to shrink the token. He's just standing there. There we go. Up here. Just staring at you.
So, hi. I am not sure of a lot of things.
She will run forward and wrap her arms around you.
during the hug.
It's so long.
No one seems to, everyone just didn't seem surprised to see me. That's confusing.
Hey, I have to ask a big question here.
I do. I know, like the wall leaning against or something.
It's fine.
Them. Oh,
Meira's just probably turning round and round in a spot, just looking at everything.
Perfect. You went off to inspect something and never returned.
Inspect something?
Something about a stone that was discovered in a cave down south. You went with a team of excavators.
Did they come back?
No,
Maybe they died too.
her eyes
Blows
go
that up.
wide.
Right.
What?
So there's a reason why I'm probably a lot colder. I don't know the exact reason or what happened, other than... And she'll kind of pull the shoulder part of the armor down, and you can see the wound. I know where it hit, how long the blade was. I can remember that much about it. I could remember you, the way the places looked, but I couldn't remember how to get here or... Someone killed me.
You may have wanted that stone first. You all were an obstacle.
Actually, I don't remember the stone. I remember most of my life, like I said, in fragments. I remember I woke up. Someone else found me. They left me this book and have been trying to help me. Yolgith is her name. She gave me spooky. She kind of pets the cat.
Okay. So, friends?
Hi!
That's Meira. This is Zaph, Felice, and that is Savine. He needs your help.
He has lots of ouchies.
And she'll explain what she knows about
Mhm.
the storm giant thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not going into certain details, but
Fair.
enough that she knows that Faemoira would need to know. And then she'll also introduce. And this is, of course, Faemoira, my wife.
She's really pretty.
She blushes. Thank you.
Just kind of hops down.
As for the problem, I shouldn't take too long to see if I can come up with. It should be a fairly easy enchantment. Just have to figure out what combination of spells in order to, and what to enchant. But shouldn't take too awfully long.
She'll kind of give a smile back at Savine, like, see, and don't you ever think me fine?
Make a dexterity save.
Oh, Jesus.
Lightning aura, all of you are fried.
Also,
No.
Jay, I meant to ask this question. There's no chance Meira recognizes this man.
Let's see. Roll me. What do the other two DMs say? History or insight?
Probably be a history to remember him. If you're not sure if she would or not.
Oh, a history check.
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna use this one.
Depends on how close she paid attention to her playmates, I guess.
That's gonna be a no. That's a 6.
Off the top of your head, yeah, you don't.
Okay.
He was just another toy.
She doesn't. I don't even know if they played. Her sister could have been playing with him for all I know.
That's fair.
I can get to work on that. Okay, first things first. I can get to work on that. But second, God, what was it I was going to say? Brain has died.
Sorry.
No. Brain go fry. It's
I feel like
now a
Zaph
large
is
salted
just-
fry.
I feel like Zaph is just kind of looking around the place and admiring like the different magics and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a few things that are off about Jy'li right now. There's the tattoos that didn't exist before. There's her cold body. There's a lot of things.
I can get started work on that, but in the meantime, tea? Anyone want something to drink?
Sure.
Yeah, sure, why not?
No.
Kitty wants milk.
The head perks up.
Okay, sure. You see her produce a wand from her pocket and just kind of flicks it a bit, and you see a tea kettle, a silver tray, and several different cups, along with a small little container filled with milk and a bowl. Just float into the room, set on a table, and the kettle stays floating and you notice from the bottom you see start to be a reddish glow. As steam does begin to protrude from the kettle.
You were always one for magic. She's just smiling that she's seen it.
Kept me peace.
You'll have taught me some, so I have some access now.
Wonderful.
It's not as helpful as yours. Or more dangerous. Well, maybe not dangerous, but not something I can cast just here.
Understood.
Though I did learn this trick, mostly from a little help from Yoga, but also from watching Zaph.
Mhm.
And she'll kind of open her palm of her hand, and you can see the almost like the ink from the tattoos kind of like lift up, but it doesn't remove the tattoo, but it like almost like the shadow from it lifts up, and it forms a minor illusion. It's just this, just a floating like little fox, like a silver fox.
Oh, I'm glad I could teach you something.
He's a very good teacher. He's smarty pants.
Oh, is that so?
That's unfortunately the nickname that she's given me.
'Cause you are. He's teaching me a whole other language. It's great.
Oh?
I was teaching her some Sylvan so she could talk to this little one. Once again, it points to Rose, who's probably just floating around him.
Well, what Sylvan is she? Has he attempted to teach you?
Little bits. I know some words. We're getting close to conversations and stuff like that, but we didn't really have a lot of time, and things kind of got a little crazy towards the end of the week.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't had a chance to sit down and work on it for a little bit.
He looks over to you, Zaph.
Hmm?
And in Sylvan, well, it's good to know of at least a few other people that speak the Fae language.
No respond back in it. Kinda had to teach myself if I wanted to speak to this one.
Ellie has no idea what's being said.
Yeah.
Sure, there's like one or
It
two
sounds
words
like
that Meira
pretty
like,
singing. I don't know. That's what I imagine Sylvan sounds like. It's like really pretty singing sounds.
Mm-hmm. It's like the prettier singing version of Elvish, the same as Celestial is.
The sing-songy.
Yeah.
Celestial, I feel like, or at least I've heard descriptions, it's not words, it's like notes.
Mm-hmm. Which makes sense.
I woke up learning more languages than I did before I died. So there's that.
Well, you're still learning.
Yeah, I don't know how I learned these 2 languages after I don't know what this is called. Revival? Reanimation? I mean, I still need to eat and drink. I don't need to sleep, though.
Well,
Because she used to only speak Common Elven, and then she learned Abyssal and Infernal. That's fine. Those are good languages to just wake up knowing. Yeah, she'll explain that. She was like, woke up after being dead and coming back. She knew Abyssal and Infernal, as if she always knew it.
you know?
Which she, and I'll say this in character, until I said that out loud right now, I didn't think much of it. Huh. I'm sure that's fine.
Fair. Oh. Well.
Was this the town that they were supposed to go to for him to go meet with that one dude, by the way?
Yes.
Right. I can't remember his name, but Zaphwood. He's gonna ask her if she knows where this person is. It's like an, by the way.
Oh, Miss Note Taker, what was his name?
I only have
I don't even know if he gave a name or not.
He did.
Okay.
I only have session 6 and 7 notes because I haven't had a notebook.
Well, this would have been episode.
This was like.
This would have been episode 6.
What it?
Yeah, it was at the beginning.
When he
This
talked to
Zap bonked his head.
Oh yeah, Victress. There he is.
Actress.
I was like, who are we talking about? I got you.
Yeah, so he'll ask, do you know where Victress is, by the way?
She will look at you with a slight bit of concern.
A long story, he asked me to meet him.
Victress hasn't. A little bit of information. I was promoted to the Higher Learning Council.
That's great.
But Victress hasn't been to any of the council meetings in a while, and we were actually starting to wonder if he was dead.
Oh no, he's alive. He's very alive. He's also very cranky when you wake him up.
As a man his age would be. He is a gnome, and he is, extremely old.
He seemed to really reluctant to want to leave his home, so that might just be why he hasn't shown up.
It doesn't surprise me. That does not surprise me. Why do you need to meet him?
He was interested in, my doll. He's probably still got the doll sitting on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm. The doll that is not moving off of his shoulder.
Mm-hmm. That's sitting there perfectly fine. It's fine.
With its new little scarf.
Yeah.
I need to add another image here.
Forward. Zoom.
She's found the person she was looking for. That's fine now.
It's fine.
Everything's fine now. We can fix this, ignore this entirely after we fix it.
I'm concerned. I don't know how long we don't really know this man, and I'm concerned about how long he's going to be willing to keep his mouth shut.
I think he'll keep his mouth shut just based on he seems to understand that Meira doesn't quite see what happened to her. That's what conditioning is.
Yeah.
I feel like the only reason Zaph realizes what was going on is because he was resistant to accept it. A lot of it.
Yeah.
He has some conditioning that can be shown, but for the most part, he was able to resist a lot of it, other than the fear parts of it.
Mm-hmm.
I told Zaphire we just need to put the dad down for a long nap, and then we can Bernice him for Meira. She'll never know the difference. I have animate dead. We can do this. Well, eventually I will. Just ignore the slowly rotting smell.
Jesus.
I'll fix that eventually.
Remind me to send Jay a mini fridge so he doesn't have to leave his room for drinks. Get him one of those like fancy ones that you like mount up on your wall.
I didn't know those existed.
They do. They exist. Have you never seen like pictures of bars and stuff where they have them like along? They have the small fridges along the shelf lining.
Kinda, but not.
It's
really.
a lot of restaurants that have bars will have things like that where they're actually hanging up versus being on the floor. They're a little more expensive though, obviously.
Obviously.
Let's see. They're also small usually.
I'm concerned about what this stone is that Jy'li was apparently going to investigate before just not returning.
That's fair. This is like a really poor image, but these are you can actually get things like this, where you can have them like in your cabinets instead.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. There you go. This is a better one. Just it's not one of those like drawn versions for advertisements.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a storage thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome back. Oh, I was gonna say before I dropped. She seems. She hasn't told him where he is, obviously. She keeps asking him, like, why and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, he would do this, and Sylvan, he'll respond a bit. It's kind of a long story, but the doll holds the soul of my mother, and he seemed to know her.
Interesting. Well, if anybody knows somebody like that, I would not put it past Victor's to know anyone at this point in his age, to be honest.
I told him I'd try to stop by, so figured since I'm here.
Well, after tea, and after I start on the enchantment, I can take you all to where he is.
Alright. He's speaking normal now at this point, so. Doesn't want to mention the mom thing in common.
Very fair.
Totally changed the way she was reacting, whatever he said.
Yeah. So,
Really has noted this. It's fine.
something startles you guys as the kettle begins to whistle. Water's done. I miss like actual kettles. Like
You can still buy those.
I know. We haven't had one in the house for a while. I miss the one we had. Anyway.
I'll have some tea. Try to relax.
I say the kettle will float over to each cup and pour the hot water itself.
Tricks.
Over top of some actually hand-tied bags that have a bunch of herbs and little dried berries and fruits in it.
She's quite a magic master.
Oh,
And it's just moving. There we go.
I mean, he's just kind of waiting at this point.
Right, I'm gonna go start on this. Enjoy the tea. Start on this, and then I will take you to at least outside of Victress's. I'm honestly scared to step foot in that man's house.
Maybe just tell me where it is. If you just tell me where it is, I'll go.
The problem is you can't get there without proper clearance.
Ah.
We're going, and she points up.
He's like, kind of like, I don't know if I want everybody there for this.
If you rather have some privacy in whatever conversation you're having, that's fine.
If you guys wouldn't mind. Bit of a personal topic.
There is a bathhouse down the road, should anyone want to partake in that.
As long as somebody doesn't walk in on me again. Stares at Meira.
Hey! I didn't mean to.
Or, once we get up there, I can give you access to the bathhouse on the island up there. While your friend Zaphire has his conversation, the rest of you can go for taking that, and he can join you when he's done.
Seems fair. Seems fair.
Sounds like a plan.
Right. And she will go begin working on a mild enchantment. It's fine. I have a partial idea of what it will be.
Her demeanor right away has completely shifted. She seems more relaxed than you guys have probably ever seen her.
A little bit of reassurance and stuff that she wasn't like in danger or anything. It just was a bad, you were in the wrong place, wrong time sounding like.
Yeah. I really did miss our tea.
It was pretty good. Concerned about that.
Don't worry about it. It's just some tunes in my brain while she starts working on the thing.
What's a bathhouse, by the way?
Well, it's a place that usually there's like a men's side and a women's side. And the women go and take a bath. There's sometimes private baths if you don't feel comfortable around other people. Depends on how fancy it is. And usually it's like a hot spring type of thing versus an actual bath.
Hot spring.
Yes, very warm water that you could swim around in. She's like trying to make it fun for Meira.
That worried, like, what's a bathhouse? And then transforms to, ooh, hot spring.
Yeah. That's basically what they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Knowing this place, it is, as you see, probably very fancy. So, city has its.
Oh, with all the magic around, I imagine it's probably pretty relaxing and has some special, like, properties to it.
More than likely. I don't recall ever going to one.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, unless you had private baths with your wife. Sharks.
How red does the undead lady get?
I don't think she gets red.
God said I did everything.
Oh, he's teasing Jy'li a little bit. She doesn't remember going to bathhouses, and he made a comment saying, unless you did private baths with your wife.
He probably shrinks in the chair, but due to the lack of normal blood flow, it probably doesn't turn red.
Sure.
Or like a pale pink, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
It somehow gets paler.
Yeah, she somehow gets paler. Not sure how.
What little blood there is.
Yeah, like whenever she does get hurt, it's like a very slow, minor blood loss. That's fine. It's not mostly coagulated at all. It's fine.
So, a little bit passes by as you're all sitting there in the central chamber, drinking your tea. Faemoira comes back with a pendant. I'll get this finished up when we go up. For a majority of my supplies are now. It's only a few minor things that need to be done to it, and you'll have your pendant to subdue what's going on. Thank you. Very, very appreciated.
Oh, you got a little workshop up there?
More of supplies I don't pay for.
Ah. The special supplies.
This is new access, right?
Mm-hmm.
New perks, huh?
Yes, I don't have to spend much money on supplies. I just raid theirs.
I like the way she thinks.
More efficient.
Handy.
Alright, shall we?
Yeah.
And she motions for you guys to follow her up through the illusory wall, which leads up a staircase.
Meira takes a couple of times hopping back and forth between the
Enter anime moment. Zaph reaches back, pulls Meira through wall.
Yeah. Basically. Come on.
Yoink. Well, leads you up a couple flights of stairs
Ow.
to a room with several markings on the floor spread out. And she motions to one. Stepping in there, exits you into my office. Up top.
He's gonna look at Mir. Step in, magic teleport.
Oh,
You go, we.
Who goes first?
Shoulder.
Meira will go first.
All right.
Meira, you
He will
step
follow
forward.
her to make sure she doesn't touch anything.
Fair. Meira, you step forward. And you're definitely not familiar with teleporting.
Nope.
One moment you're in a room with everybody, and then the next you're alone. And then Zaph appears behind you.
Are you okay?
yeah.
Maybe will follow behind. Whoop.
See, teleporting's fun. You're just poof there.
She should probably go before no one recognizes them.
Well, you're in an office. There's nobody in it.
Yeah, that doesn't mean Meira won't go running off.
Yeah. He's
That is
just making
also
sure
fair.
she doesn't touch anything. That's all he's concerned about right now. He has no idea what kind of explosives could be nearby.
She is probably
You mix
looking around.
the
and
wrong
looking through-
thing and something blows up. That's all he's really.
Alright. So, Zaph, Victress is on the way to the bathhouse, so we'll stop there and drop you off first.
Alright.
She leads you all for a few minutes until you're outside of this tower. That you look around, and majority of the towers up here are like this fancy brass, like a very bright metal. This one is made of stone. and there's a bunch of moss growing in the connectors of the stone, stuff like that. This is an old tower.
I see why you guys thought he was dead.
Yeah, nobody wants to go near this thing. Alright. This is for you, and I will send my assistant to bring you to the bathhouse after.
Alright.
Good luck.
He's nervous now because nobody else wants to approach this place. He's like, I have to go in here? Just gonna put him over here. Is there a door, imagine, you can knock on, or no?
There is.
He will knock on the door.
Oh, right. You knock on the door, and the door just kind of casually creaks open.
Oh, that's not ominous at all. I'm gonna
Move them over here.
He's gonna step inside very reluctantly.
Right. One moment as I locate the image I had grabbed. Where did it go? What did I name you, friend? I should have actually named you your character name. I think I named it based on what it looked like.
Creepy normal guy.
Unfortunately, that was one of the first things I tried. You. What's this? Yes, it is.
Cranky gnome number 1.
Funny enough, no, that is not what I did. There is a creepy gnome, number 1. That is not him.
It's a cranky gnome.
Oh. Okay, well, there's creepy gnome. There's no cranky gnome yet. Just like, I mean, there's a cranky Kong, but, you know, we don't talk about him. There it is.
Can just swim. Thank God there's walls. Although the weird thing about bathhouses, they're always they have the walls, but you can like hear everything. This is where the awkward anime moments of the poor guys next door listening to the girls being girls.
You know, and Meira's kind of the most interesting neighbor to have in that situation, because she's not quiet.
Just gonna walk in and hear something about, your boobs are huge! Oh god.
Why are they so big?
Not thinking?
She does.
I could see that! That's a scary thought! That poor boy.
Part of a body she doesn't understand!
As you enter, there is no noise at first. The door creaks shut behind you.
I am uncomfortable as he's walking forward.
A slight chill covers your body. And you keep walking and you enter a room and there's a fog of smoke. It's a weird combination of scents.
Oh, it is scents his hands. Oh.
Huh?
Said it is scents like his smell is enhanced. Oh, that's why it sucks for him. like
as someone
I feel like he
walks
sneezes.
around, probably, as somebody walks around the corner and enters the room from another way. Oh, it's you.
Yeah.
And he's actually holding this pipe that's in the picture, which is overkill.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, my apologies. He kind of puts it out and waves. He pulls a fan, like an actual paper fan, out of a pouch on the side of his belt. It starts waving it around, and the smoke kind of quickly clears.
Oh, that's better.
Sorry about that. Who are you again?
He's got to point to the doll.
Oh, right. So, how is she in a doll?
I'm trying to remember how she explained it to him.
You don't have to say a thing. You see his face drop. Oh, I see. But there's a way to fix it, right?
That's what I'm hoping to do.
Good. Okay.
The first question is I gotta figure out what happened to her physical body.
Well, if she can sense it, then...
Oh, I was just saying it might be one way.
And as long as she can sense it, you should be fine. Do you like rocks?
Sure.
Cool, there's a big collection of rocks in the room next door. I was, You see he has all these scrolls, again, in the image, in his arm. Wait, why is he carrying these?
He's gonna look at the doll. How do you know this man again?
You just hear in your head. He stumbled into the Feywild and, while smoking that pipe, might have almost burnt down a section of a forest. I kept him from getting killed. Instead, I convinced them to, instead of killing him, to ban him from being able to enter the Feywild again.
Reasonable thing. Right. You wouldn't happen to be willing to take a look at her and see if, like, maybe she's not, like, bound to this or anything. I don't have to break a curse or something.
Oh, sure. I should be able to look over that.
He's just trying to cover his grounds, basically.
He waves you over to a little small coffee table. Because again, no, so small coffee table. Kind of sits down next to it. Bring it here.
You'll go over and... He probably could sit on the floor and still be high enough for the table.
Yes.
Chair seems like it'd be uncomfortable because they're probably not big chairs.
You are correct. And it doesn't help that he is older, so he is slightly smaller as well.
Yeah, he'll set the doll on the table.
He begins looking over the doll. And after a few minutes, he kind of looks up at you. Well, from what I can tell, as long as you get it back within a certain proximity to the body, she should be able to jump to it. Should being the key word.
That's good news then, at least, or that's something to hope for. Now it's just a matter of finding it.
Well,
I get an unfortunate feeling I know roughly where it is.
oh well, that's a bonus.
Hmm.
So you might know.
It's more gaining access and knowing the exact location.
Have you ever set things on fire?
Unfortunately.
Good.
There was a while where I was practicing fireball and it didn't end well.
Yeah, no, that is fair.
There's a reason the training grounds were in a different place.
Yeah.
On that map, that's probably what that little island is that you have to go across the bridge for, is the training grounds away from the castle.
Mm-hmm. It's like, away from the castle. Look, there's a small island. What is that? That's the training grounds. Why?
That's where things can be blown up without consequence.
Yes. Right, well. Did you need me for something else?
No, I mean, you just wanted me to come by so you could take a look at it. So.
Yes, I did.
Well, I appreciate the insight a little bit. Trying to think if he would need anything else, because they don't seem to know each other that well now that he's been told who he is from Mom.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, I guess if you need me, I imagine you have ways you can contact me. I unfortunately don't have access to that kind of stuff yet. Also, you might want to check in with the other members of your group. They seem to have thought you were dead. Dead? No?
Cool.
Oh, I thought I like died. Nobody was.
Sorry, say again.
Oh. He had said, like, if you need to contact me, I'm sure you have ways. And then he also... And then he also said, he might want to check in with his other group members because they thought he was dead.
Oh, right. I forget about the council. Huh. Well, they could have come and knocked.
They're a little reluctant.
That's why I grow the moss.
Well, Well, Faemoira knows you're alive, so you should be
Oh,
fine.
well, good. Good. That might have bought me another 100 years.
How
What
often do you check in?
I checked in 5 years ago.
You might wanna up that to like maybe 2 years or something. You know, a little more often. Get a familiar, make that check in for you. I don't know. I said, get a familiar, make that check in for you.
It's not a bad idea.
Familiar will stay around as long as you are, so.
Oh, hey, look. Somebody else has entered my tower. Oh. He's not here for me.
She did say she was sending her assistant to pick me up. Should probably go.
Well, you don't hear anything. And as you notice, he tilts his head. Oh, they're just waiting at the door for you.
Alright, yeah, I should probably not keep them waiting.
All right.
I'll leave you to your solitude.
I'm going to go sort my rocks.
You do that. If I find any interesting rocks, I'll send them to you.
Oh, will you? Much appreciated.
Yeah.
Goodbye. And he kind of goes around the corner.
He's gonna get up. Head towards the door.
You head back towards the door, and there is a figure standing. Doesn't appear to look in your direction when you approach. Instead, continues to look forward. Ah, you must be Zaphire.
He raises an eyebrow.
Come.
Zaphire, but yeah.
I understand. Zaphire, follow.
Okay.
And he will begin to lead you to the bathhouse, and we will open up on the bathhouse next time.
Fair. Might have conversation questions because interesting person.
Huh? Indeed.
Also pretty.
This is fun. There's nothing to be worried about.
Only Zool.
Nothing to be worried about.
You're worried about Zool. Just accept Zool.
Oh, jeez.
Open up your heart to Zool.
No.
Zool is all. All is Zool.
He's not questioning. Well, he is questioning. The reason he was like, is he was only introduced as Zaph. He has not told anybody his full name.
Mm-hmm. It's fine.
No.
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure it's
Also,
fine.
another concern that has just hit me. How many others are there? our friend here could have been experimented on, gods dang it!
A few.
Yes.
And may not be as friendly.
A few.
Crap!
You chose this path.
I gave Jay pretty blank slate on a lot of things.
So did I.
So did I. I mean, I've actually given him like a lot of info, but it's more of like background info of the other characters versus him.
Yeah, no,
And then we've been making shit up in that fucking jail scene.
Yeah, that is the whole thing, is like, that's probably more information that I gave him from the backstory, because that was just written out of Meira's POV.
You know what my favorite thing is? Blank slate's the best form of ammunition.
Yeah.
Is this when I say I technically gave him this character that Zap is meeting?
Fun.
You just did not know when I was going to throw it.
Anyways.
Yes, thank you for coming to the stream, everyone.
Yes. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.